Good morning, everybody. It is April the 5th, Monday, the first Monday of April. And let's get serious, okay? Let's get serious about what we're going to do for this quarter. Um, got lots of things to talk about. Greetings to everybody. I did not do my show yesterday because I was slicing lemon on Saturday night and I sliced my finger. I was not feeling well yesterday. I wasn't even feeling well enough to say sorry I couldn't be there. And one of the things I wanted to share is all I need to know that I learned from the Easter Bunny. And so let me just tell you a couple things. To start off the show today, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That sounds like an Easter Bunny quote. And then everyone needs a friend who is all ears. Oh, we do need that, don't we? And this one, some body parts should be floppy. Okay. And the Easter Bunny also said all work and no play can make you a basket case. I love that too. I think that's really cute. And then let's see, we've got that happy thoughts multiply like rabbits. And I think that's like my favorite one. And then we have, let's see, everyone is entitled to a bad hair day. I love that one too. And then we have the last one, which is keep your paws off other people's jelly beans. A friend of ours sent that to us, and it just, I was so anxious to put it on the show yesterday, but it just wasn't meant to be. So today we'll have a little bit more of Easter carryover. Anyway, let's see what we're going to do today. Just a couple announcements. We're doing our Buffini, and it's going to start. Hi, Karen. Good morning. It's going to start this Friday from 1 to 3. And good morning, Joan Bennett. Good to see everybody this morning. Yeah, happy Monday. Happy Monday, Joan. Good to see you. Thank you so much for commenting. I love it. I like to know somebody's out there. So anyway, so Buffini, if you are coached by Buffini, and or follow what he teaches and over the years, you'll know that the average NAR member makes $35,000. Oh, you're going to join? Fantastic. Are you going to come to our class, Joan? Our class is on Friday, starts 1 to 3. And it's 14 weeks, actually. And you don't have to come to all 14 weeks, but you do have to participate on some level, and we can talk about that. Anyway, so the average NAR member makes $35,000. Look at the difference. $310,000 for people who follow the Buffini systems and methodologies. He talks about his mindset, his methodologies, and his motivation. And the right here is the truth. Here's the facts. And there's reasons. And I know that sometimes, we think this business is difficult, but sometimes it's difficult because we don't have a plan. We don't have a system. Remember my acronym, a system saves you sanity, time, energy, and money. And it really does. And your business increases when you do that. So, and Joan, thank you. I'm happy that you're going to join. You'll love it. You'll just absolutely love it. So today, one other thing, look at this. This is another telling tale. What is the approximate turnover rate for agents in the business? 5 years or less. Oh my goodness. 5 years or less. And there is my friend Jimmy Dague, and he's coming on board. Hi, Jimmy.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm amazing. How you doing?
I'm amazing too. You missed my bunny rabbit story.
Oh, sorry.
But I also was telling everybody about we're doing Buffini, and there's many levels that you can take. You can come to the classroom, which of course we want you to come to the classroom. But when you can't make it, you can watch. We tape our classes, so you can watch. Yeah. Karen says we need to. Yeah, we're going to do that with Karen this week. It's up to your schedule, I think.
Okay.
Pretty open. But anyway, so getting back to this, Jimmy, 85% of the real estate agents only stay in the business 5 years or less. And that's a telling tale. And I was saying that, when you're coached by Buffini or you use his methodologies, mindset, and motivation, that you approach $310,000 a year. And that's because of his systems. And my acronym is systems saves you time, saves you sanity, time, energy, and money. And that's very important that people sign up for Buffini and get on the bandwagon. I was saying, Jimmy, and you can comment on this, please, that agents think this business is difficult, but it's because they don't have a system.
There's no question that if you go through the Buffini system, you have no excuse except for you don't want to do it. He tells everything. He covers how to work with buyers, how to work with sellers, how to negotiate, everything except writing the contract, which is something you get as just practice. You just write the contracts. But you can't say you don't know how if you went to Buffini. You can say you don't want to do it, but you can't say you don't know how.
Exactly. And today I want everybody, this is the first Monday of the business second quarter. And I want everybody to kind of get serious about video. So I have my friend Mari Smith, who did a video that I think we should watch, Jimmy. And it's about the gear, the different type of gear that people can use, because sometimes they just don't know where to begin. And on here, it's small, but I did put a spreadsheet into the group of the different price ranges of video gear, depending on where you are in the scheme of things. If you're just starting out and you just want to use a phone, that's along the in one of the tabs as well. So if you want to get serious, I think that you need to have the right gear, and it doesn't have to be that expensive. And Mari Smith is a consummate live streamer. She's a consummate social media person, and I think that we should listen to her. Are you up for that?
Was she from Australia? Is this the one from Australia?
Actually, she's from Scotland.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see here if I can find her. Come on. Okay, here we go. I'll put her there. I'm going to I'll hide us, and then we'll just show her.
Good.
Here, I tried to make it as simple as I could and just laid it all out. Make sure that you have this. So that first package you'll see for about $1,300, and you can swap some of these things out, but basically what you need is a camera. That's the Panasonic Lumix. It's only $434 for the body. Now these prices might, depending on, as of time of recording, these are accurate, but sometimes Amazon fluctuates and you can just use it as a guide. You can get with the Panasonic, I'm recommending the 20mm lens, which works just fine. There's that power adapter. If I hop back over to my Chrome and click in, you'll see, we'll dig into the Panasonic kit. I call them kit. You have to order them individually, of course, but that's the power adapter right here. So it's the right one for that camera. What happens is this little doodad goes right into where the battery is. You pull the battery out and you put that in and you plug it in. And then what you also need is, back over here, this little, it's called a HDMI capture device. So you need to be able to go from USB to HDMI into your camera. And that's what this cable does here. That's only $6 for that guy. The price of the Cam Link really went up because of COVID. Everybody was buying that. And you'll probably need a tripod for your camera. And you'll need some lights. So the lights can vary. I use basically a ring light. So I have my camera sits behind the ring light, and it is about 4 or 5 feet away from me. And then I have some depth of field behind me, right? So it's about 4 or 5 feet behind me. So you do need to have a little bit of backlight. You totally could just be on a plain wall, brick or tile, or you could put some things in the background so that when you put your 20mm or 50mm lens, it gives it that nice soft focus and you can see there's things back there. Don't be afraid to get a window behind you. You'll hear often people say, turn your desk to make sure that the window, the light, especially right now, as of time of this recording, the sun is just right there on my window. So, but because if you have good lighting, a ring light in front or some light in front, a good light in front, and then 2 side lights. I call that 3-point lighting. Bing, bing, bing. And the real key is you want people to see the light reflected in your eyes when you make eye contact with the camera. I definitely recommend you have it above eye level. Mine is probably maybe as high as 18 inches. You don't need to go that high, but that's just, I was trying to capture the scene. I tend to have this blank wall here, so then post-production, when I'm recording videos or streaming, we could add some, B-roll right there, or some text overlay. Of course, you can text overlay can go down under here. I'm a fan of keeping my microphone as out of the frame as I can. You'll see some folks put this giant mic and the big boom is like right in their frame, but it's all just going to be a personal choice. Let me just go back to my spreadsheet here. And so this would be one package right there. You can see there's a tripod, very inexpensive. You do need that capture device, that little HDMI USB gizmo, and then the cable and mics. There's so many different varieties of mics. I do have this separate mic. I think I might have it down here for you under these are alternatives. So these are just different ones you could get. Yeah, actually, it's not there, but I do have it on my Amazon store. If I go back to the full gear list, there's so much stuff in here. That's why I made these different kits, because it was too much to just say, oh, help yourself to everything you see in here. I just put all kinds of recommendations. But the one that I have is this guy right here. It's a Heil PR 40. It's a $400 mic, so it's pretty pricey. And then it has the, the shock mount and all of that. And it's also XLR, so you need an adapter for that. It's like, you don't need to go that fancy. You really don't. The one I'm recommending in all the kits there is the Rode. If I can just find that little guy right here. Well, hang on. I'll go back to the actual kit and go into my Panasonic. And it's this guy right here. He's only $100, and he'll just like sit right and plug into the audio jack of your camera. And if you want to get a ring light and maybe only just 2 of these side lights, then that's fine. There's a whole variety of different side lights that you can get. And I've given you a number of different alternatives. But so, for example, this would be one kit right here. That's your Panasonic. And yeah, and I have them on different tabs, DSLR camera. So that's one possible package with the Panasonic. Right next to it is the Sony. So you can see the difference in price. It's about $500 more to do this package, and this is the one similar to what I have with the camera. Although I put that down there, this A6000. It has the only thing, see, because I put that right there, it has no standard mic input, so you do need the USB mic. But the newer cameras, and I think they even have an A6700. And you don't need the whole full-on kit unless you intend to use the camera, the DSLR camera, to take regular photos, because you will need to do that. But you can always get another lens after if you wanted to. But for right now, just get the body and then the 50mm lens. I'm not kidding. We call this the Nifty 50. The Nifty 50 is really tight shot. It doesn't have a zoom, and that's what gives that beautiful depth of field. Now here's really the sun coming. I can see that it's going to cast little shadows, but it's still working just fine, and it's not a problem to be backlit, like I say, when you've got the good front light. And there's your power adapter that goes with the Sony. Also, same tripod. I think I'll have to check. Is that the same? Yeah, I need to adjust that price because it's the same link. Yeah, same thing. You need that capture device, the cable, same mic, and then your lighting pack. But if you wanted to, you can there's a variety of different alternatives. There's a much cheaper alternative to the HDMI capture device. I don't know if it works as well. You might just want to get that as a backup, and some different microphones. I've seen some great reviews for this. Let me just click on this one here. It's called a Fifine. I don't know how to pronounce it. Let me click on that and switch over to my Chrome. And so this is pretty nifty, friends. For $62, you get the boom, this arm. It clips on the side of your desk. It even has a nice little pop filter. I saw some great reviews. I mean, 7,500 ratings at 4.5 stars. So that, save your money. Don't splurge like I did years ago in getting this fancy mic. So that's a good one to get right there. Okay. And then I usually say, because for right now, if you're using your built-in mic and your built-in camera and maybe you're sitting in front of a window, then possibly the first thing to get might be the mic. So for example, you could just grab this mic, and if your lighting is fine, but then make sure you get the lighting. The camera might be the last thing you get. It just depends, or you just kind of go all in and get the whole thing. I've given you a variety of different types of lights. I do like the ring light. The one with the remote's a little bit more. It's only $146 though. Let me show you that guy. See how they've set. You can do it with your phone, or your DSLR camera can sit right in there, and so it does have a dimmable. You can turn it up or down brightness depending on what's happening with your ambient light, of course, and with it having a remote control, so you're sitting here looking and you don't have to just keep getting up and down and trying to tweak the lighting. Okie dokie. I actually don't have the adjustable one. Mine just is on. All right, what else do I have for you? A few other bits and bobs that you might find useful. Oops, I'll go back to the Excel. Some accessories, because I'm teaching a class. I teach classes all the time, and this is one of them. I have one that's called Go Live with Mari Smith, and I teach exactly how to set this all up and how to stream and how to get more reach on your Facebook Lives. Some folks want a teleprompter, or some people like a green screen, right? So like the teleprompter, it just depends. It depends if you're wanting to do more scripted videos, then this little guy is pretty nifty just for the phone, or you can go real fancy and spend quite a bit of money on a fancy teleprompter if you want. And then I will turn you on to this. This is an investment. I have used this mouse for probably 10 years, and I was having incredible discomfort in my wrists. My mom has actually had surgery in both her wrists for carpal tunnel. And I could feel my wrists every day as I type. I mean, I trained as a touch typist in my school years and using a mouse all day and typing and whatnot, and I was getting extreme pain. So I hired an ergonomic consultant to come to my home office many, many years back, invested quite a bit, and got my whole setup. And one of the most profound things I learned from this professional ergonomic specialist was this mouse. This guy, I'll show you. It's called a roller mouse. It takes a little bit of getting used to it, but you will probably never go back to a regular mouse. And I have a number of these guys, and I tell everybody I know about them, because instead of your hand having to go splayed out to the side, right? Because you know how a regular mouse, you're going out here. Now you're hurting your shoulder and your elbow and your wrist and everything. Show it like out there like that. Put my arm up high so you can see it. But down here in the desk, instead your hands are just comfortably. If I show you back to my Chrome there, if I zoom in on this, I think, yeah. So that little guy in the middle, that's how you move. Like and then this is the roller, but so I'm just moving that right now, and your wrist just sitting neatly on here. This is a brilliant mouse. I know we're talking about video gear, but I added the mouse because if you're in front of your desk and you're doing all these broadcasts, it really, really helps. Okay, so 2 packages there, the Panasonic and the Sony. And then, it goes all the way down to here because you got your microphone and your lights. And then you got some alternatives just in, if you want some different mics or lights or whatever. Then at the tabs on the bottom, then the kind of the next step down, if you don't want to go the DSLR route, would be, if I zoom that up a bit for you now, I've got more space. I'm calling this just the webcam kit. And the Logitech Brio it is $200, but it's a very, very good webcam. It comes with software. You can adjust the lighting. It's a pretty good investment for a couple $100. Of course, it's a smaller lens. You don't quite get that depth of field and the nice kind of crisp focus, but it's really, really good. You actually even have some. It's a bit like how Zoom has that. Zoom has touch up your appearance. This one has little settings in there. You can really enhance your appearance, and you can blur the background a little bit. So Logitech Brio is a great, great webcam, and to keep the cost nice and reasonable and affordable. And I just threw in that mic I showed you that comes as a whole kit, $62 there. Maybe get a dimmable ring light and a couple of side lights. So, depending, maybe if you've got lights already, you're golden, but that's a nice inexpensive way to go. Now, let's say the third tab along the bottom is your phone, because that's actually kind of the base level that I tell my clients to start with is, gosh, don't invest in fancy equipment, just go with your phone for right now. So you got your phone, you probably want to get a case. This is a nifty little company, or a big company that I've been working with, let me see, nifty little device from my good friend Dave here, who started a company called Iographer. Tons and tons of great gear for mobile and cases and little tripods and all kinds of things. So when you put your phone in the case, now you can attach things to it. See this? See, you can attach a light and attach a microphone, and you've got your full-on mobile studio for very, very inexpensive. Wonderful if you're ever going out and recording, in the field. This actually has like the little screw for the tripod, so you could totally use it at home to do your Facebook Lives or your Zooms or whatever you're doing. And you will want a little bit of lighting. You can put a light right onto that case. There's that Rode mic. If you have an iPhone, you'll need the adapter. And there's a couple alternatives for the lights and for mics. So I'll make sure you have all these links to the different kits on my Amazon store. But, for a couple $100, you can just enhance what you already have on your phone and choose, whoopsie daisy, come back to my store, and choose any one of these different, upgrades. And then just take a surf through my full-on video gear. If you want all kinds of ideas in there, like there's some different kinds of lights, some two-side lights, different mics. This is a nifty little audio shield, that acoustic foam that goes around your mic if it's a real kind of echoey place. There's like tiny little selfie light things, and even monitors if you need an extra monitor. So if you have any questions, if I can be of any help whatsoever with your live streaming needs, you just let me know. I love doing this. Part of my background is I was painfully shy as a child. I couldn't stand speaking up and having to read aloud in class, and I was very soft spoken. And like many public speakers and trainers and presenters, just practice. And definitely I went to Toastmasters. And then when I immigrated from Scotland to California in '99, I discovered speaking circles. I absolutely loved speaking circles. And I started to develop more confidence, and just, in my 20s really, did a lot of speaking. And then I just loved the camera. I loved doing camera work. And to be able to communicate and impart our message, and especially in today's times when we're so much more virtual with these technologies, it's just extraordinary. So having that confidence, keeping the practice up, making great eye contact with the camera, looking past the camera lens as if you're looking into the eyes of your audience, one person at a time, no different than being up on stage or in a meeting or conference where you're talking to a group of people. As far as software, if you're streaming on Facebook, I'll make sure you have these links too. I am actually recording this using a software called Ecamm Live for Macs. That one's for Macs only. You can stream on Facebook and or YouTube, or just do a straight recording. And you can do all these different scenes. You saw there when I was switching back and forth where I've got myself in a little circle. You can do so many different things, bring on guests, interview them. But if you have a PC and you have a Zoom account, just use Zoom to broadcast on Facebook. Or you could use StreamYard. A lot of you might have heard of StreamYard. They just got acquired by Hopin. Hopin is like Zoom, but it's only like a year and a half old. Extremely successful startup. So StreamYard is a great choice, or there's BeLive. Some folks use OBS, not to confuse with all the different choices. But I'll make sure you have the resources. If I can be of any service, you just let me know. And happy streaming, happy connecting with your audience through the joys of tech. Much love. Bye for now.
Well, that was really interesting, I thought. She went through the whole gamut.
I wonder if you did a poll from your listeners, how many would say they want to start with their phone as their camera, and where should they go with that phone? Because those cameras, that's a big part of the investment, that SLR thing.
Yes. Yeah.
People are used to using their camera, their phone.
Right. Let's see. You should be able to hear us now. Hopefully you can hear us now.
You were testing our patience, weren't you? That was a patience test. That's what that was.
Oh, yeah. So when you put the video down, then you have to go and unmute us. So hopefully you can hear us now. There we are. Yeah, Tammy, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. Here we are. So yeah, I think that phone system is really cool because you can take that anywhere.
Yeah, with all the ability to hook everything up to it was nice, including the tripod.
Yeah, and if you want to use it at home for the tripod. I've never used the the DSLR. I guess that's what it's called, for the depth of field. I might get one someday, but right now I'm going back and forth, here and home, and so I don't want to be having two expensive cameras.
Yeah. Well, you're not Cecil B. DeMille. You're Ruthie Rocks. You have an office you work from. It's not like you're out doing an on-location shot in Scottsdale, Arizona, with big boulders behind you. We're making a video to communicate with people, really.
Yeah. And Jimmy, you're going to have a class today.
Probably the most important skill set class we teach is on negotiating strategies. And, I put a list of negotiating strategies in front of agents and I say, can you come up with 5? And they never can come up with 5. And it's probably 40 or 50 that really are useful for a real estate agent. If you had the first top 5 or 6 and were able to put those together in a way that communicated better, it would make you a more skillful agent. It's a skill class today.
Yes. And one of the things about naming them is learning when to use them. And I think that, that's maybe where people get confused too. Like, when do I use the Ben Franklin close? When do I use the takeaway?
Right.
And so there's, different times throughout the process of a real estate transaction, you're negotiating from day one and sometimes down to the end, right? Down to the end with the appraiser. Until
you get your keys, you're still negotiating.
Right. Yeah. And Jimmy, I put some videos into our where did it go? Seriously. Go. There it is. Anyway, I put some videos into the group. And I counted, we've got 20 some videos in there for the group. And this, of course, is one that I think Bill Johnson loves. So I'm just going to play it. It's just like 30 seconds, but gives you an idea. I put investing tips in there. I put 5 reasons to buy a home in there. And then I this one's probably in there twice, but here it is.
I love the picture.
Don't delay. I'm a phone away. So everybody, that's how I'm going to end the show today. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Jimmy, thank you for joining me. And I can't wait for the negotiating class. It's so good. And we've got wonderful classes this quarter. I posted all the classes in the group. I posted all the classes in Agent Formula. And I'm going to send an email out probably tomorrow with all the classes. I didn't quite get to it yesterday. You didn't know I hurt my finger.
Oh, it's definitely hurt, huh?
I really hurt my finger. I felt so bad. I couldn't even do my show yesterday.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't even tell people I was sorry I didn't get there.
Wow.
Anyway, let happy thoughts multiply like rabbits. Okay, Jimmy, I love everybody and see you all tomorrow.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Okay, bye.